Good morning. You know what I just realized? I didn't ever hit play on this one. There we go. And we got the tunes, the vibes. Good morning. It is Monday, August 4th, 2025. Monday. Oh, man. This is one of my last Mondays of freedom. Freedom, of course, meaning freedom from school. My goodness. It already feels like school. They're already opening up the school to allow kids to go get parking passes and take tours of the school and stuff. And I'm like, oh, this is too soon. Too soon. I have my first teacher meeting on Wednesday, which, okay. If I have to, I have to. I love seeing my friends. My faculty member friends are really great. I wish I could not be there for a little while longer, Oh my goodness. Also, I'm doing a test throughout this stream, so if you see, hopefully that the audio and the video line up the entire time, hopefully, that would be a lot better. Trying to get it so they line up. They line up at the beginning, and then by 45 minutes in, they're like a second apart from each other. So I don't know what the deal is there. I asked my good friend ChatGPT how to fix that, and he gave me some suggestions. And hopefully they work, because the streaming platform I use, it's called OBS. It's a little over my head, but hopefully it works. It allows you to see a real good image of the puzzles, which is nice. Okay, so I think the best thing to do is just dive in. Let's play. All right, so in the connections puzzle today, I see aphid, beetle, cedar, decay, easy, effort, geo, tick, beach, vendetta, apple, pine, might, cookie, you, and zd. Okay. I see some themes, but I also see some that there are more than a couple, right? More than four. We're trying to make groups of four, and yet these are way more than four. Like, for example, aphid, beetle, tick, and might. But then I also saw... Oh, maybe that is just four. Let's try that one. Cool. Arthropods. What was the one that I... Oh, trees. Look at this. Cedar, pine, apple, beech, and yew. There's 5 of them. See? There's 5. So there's something about trees, sure. But I don't know. We'll come back to that tree one, because there's actually 5. Yew trees, beech trees, apple trees, pine trees, and cedars. Okay, so what are we left with on the others then? Ziti. Ziti is a tubular pasta. Is there anything else tubular? Effort. Put in an effort. Go the extra mile. Decay. Decay to an echo sometimes is referred to as a decay, or trying to think of what else decay might mean. Like to rot over time, right? Effort. Easy street. Easy... Geo. National Geographic. Nat Geo. Baked ziti. Oh, wait. Baked ziti, baked apple. Baked cookies. What else is baked? Do you bake a vendetta? Do you bake effort? Bake. Okay, so considering that apple might go to something else, should we uncheck those and do these as trees? Okay, awesome. All right, well, that strategy worked. What else is baked, though? Baked ziti, baked apple, baked cookie, and like easy bake? Apple bake, ziti bake, cookie bake, easy bake, like easy bake oven? What if that's wrong, though? I feel like it's some phrase I've never heard of. There have been so many of those little phrases I've never heard of before. I'm worried that, you know, it's a baked vendetta or a baked, you know what I mean? Let's try it. I mean, we have all 4 guesses. It is one away, so easy bake. Oh, it's not. Oh, no. Oh, no. I took off vendetta and it wasn't one away anymore. Shoot. Okay, this is one away. But it's not easy. I thought it... Oh, man. Shoot. Okay, so what are the opposites then? So this is one away. This is one away. Easy, decay, geo, and effort. Easy street. Easy street. Easy as pie. Apple pie. Put in some effort, you get some pie. Decay. Cavities. Decay, like... Oh, gosh. Come on. Come on. We're one away right here. Or if you flip it, we're one away with the opposite ones, too. There's probably something easy I've never heard of. Okay, backing up, let's go back to the other one that's one away that we already guessed. I said this, and it said one away, but it wasn't vendetta. Vendetta belongs with these. V for vendetta. C for cookie. Z for ziti. A for apple. Is that really... Oh my gosh. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. E for effort. F for effort. A for apple. I don't know. This is a shot in the dark. Oh my gosh, it really is. It really is. A for apple, C for cookie, E for effort, or F for effort is the joke, and V for vendetta. Whoa. Okay. That was generous of them. ZD, Geo, Easy, and Decay. What do those... Huh? Words that sound like 2 letters. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? DK, EZGOZT. Somebody that's really spry would get that. Somebody that woke up 20 minutes ago will not get that. Oh my goodness. Words that sound like 2 letters. Well, we got it in rainbow order. That's cool. That's pretty cool. Yellow was arthropods, right? Like an aphid, a beetle, a mite, a tick. Is a ladybug an arthropod? I think a ladybug too. Aphids. If you have roses, you worry about aphids. But then you can sick the ladybugs on them. You go buy a bag of ladybugs and they take care of all the aphids for you. Trees, right? The beech tree, the cedar tree, the pine and the yew tree, and the apple tree too. So I thought, okay, well maybe it's like, I don't know, what was I thinking there? If apple went together with like, like baked apples, baked ziti. What else was I thinking? Baked cookies? I don't know. I was shooting in the dark there. So it actually had nothing to do with baked things. A letter is for, A is for apple, C is for cookie, F for effort. That's funny. In my school district, F is for effort, but except that it gives you a grade. It gives you a passing score. If you lift a finger, you're allowed to give them credit. It's ridiculous. It's kind of ridiculous the way they have it set up, but I don't want to lose my job 2 days before we actually go live with the school year. So I'm going to keep my mouth shut about the way our school district runs things, whether I agree with it or not. And then V for vendetta, of course. Hey, purple category, words that sound like 2 letters. DK for decay, EZ, GO, ZT. I feel like I'm taking an eye test. All right, well, I legitimately thought I was going to lose that puzzle, but I came in clutch with the letter is for V for vendetta. There it is. Okay, and then let's fix that so it looks good. Awesome. All right, the key above the caps lock. Oh, I have a little keyboard right here, and it says tab. Biased sports fan is a fanatic, a diehard. I don't know. We'll come back. What puts the I in Silicon Valley? Intelligence. What puts the I in Silicon Valley? I don't know. The question mark means it's a gimmick answer, so I don't know what they're going for there. Triangular road sign maybe sounds like yield. I before E except after C, and every other time it doesn't make sense. Item in a music library for short. An album. A song. It's only 3 letters. What could it be? Item in a music library. For short, so it's an abbreviation. I mean, abbreviations could be anything. Oh, it's items with an S on the end. So maybe it ends in S. I'll put an S just in case. Okay, conversation subject. Conversation subject. You might talk about timing. I don't know. It starts with a T apparently. Pumped up sounds like amped. Silver. Oh, how about silver bells? Silver bells. Farm fodder. Hay. Like pants in the classic Nantucket style. What are pants in the classic Nantucket style? What does that mean? We'll come back. Biased sports fan. Homie. Homer is like you hit a home run. Oh, that's funny. I know this one. What puts the I in Silicon Valley? Apple. You got your iPhone, iPad, iCloud, everything. That's funny. I like that one. Items in a music library for short. Ads? What? Oh, duh. CDs. Because here, conversation subject, topic. I thought it was looking for a specific topic. Classic Nantucket style. Are they red? They're red. Okay, Nantucket style pants are red, apparently. Okay, let's start from the top and recap. Key above caps lock, tab. Yep, I've got a keyboard right in front of me to look at that. Biased sports fan, Homer? I've never heard of that. A homer, someone that roots for the home team. I don't know. That's interesting because, like, if you root for the home team, sure, you're just a fan, but like a super fan that's biased. Homer. Homer is when you hit a home run. They call it a homer. He hit a homer. What puts the I in Silicon Valley? Apple. Yeah, I love that. Apple, Apple iCloud, iPhone, iPad, everything. Triangular road sign is a yield sign. Items in a music library for short, CDs. I mean, yeah, compact discs. I still listen to CDs. I love my CD player and all my library that I had from, when I was a kid. Conversation subject, topic. I thought they were looking for a specific topic. No, just topic. Pumped up, amped. Silver bells. Silver bells. The Christmas classic. Farm fodder, hay. And then Nantucket style pants apparently are red. I don't know. I've never seen that. I have never seen that. All right. Still slowly recovering from losing our streak about a week and a half ago. That's okay. It still gives us, it says 100%. There it is. Win ratio 100%. So we're doing okay. It's kind of them to round up to 100. Makes me feel better about myself. How about frown? Just thinking of random 5-letter words. Gave us an R. Okay, we'll take an R. Actually, I used this as an opening word not that long ago. Based. No help at all. Okay. All right, be like that then. Here's a non-intersecting word. Pluck. P-L-U-C-K. Are you kidding me? All we have out of this is an R. And it's not in the right place either. So, our vowels left are I and Y, and it's probably not the Y. And heaven help me if it's another word that ends in a Y. That would make too many the last little while. Feels like so many words had the Y at the end. Okay, so imagine, if we will, there's an R in it somewhere. Could it start with an R? Then that means probably the vowel would happen next. Ridgy. I mean, that is a word. It would tell us if the Y was at the end. Or is it EY? I don't know if that's a 6-letter word. We could try it. Okay, it's not a Y at the end, but it does start with the R, and it has an I. So R-I. Can't be the D next, so what if it's G? Where do we go from there? Oh, I know. Rigid. It's probably a double I and then the D at the end. Rigid, firm, solid. I bet you it's that. Nice. Awesome. We got it on the 5th today. Pretty good, pretty good. It was very generous of them to round up to 100 there. We did lose our streak about a week and a half ago. I was on vacation, and I had to do the live stream just from my phone looking at my laptop screen. It was a mess. But it worked. Hey, we did it today. Yeah, it totally threw me off to do that. So, I'm trying to live stream with one hand. I just didn't have my head in the right space. All right, so frown gave us the only letter out of all 3 of those non-intersecting words. We got one letter, R, and it wasn't in the right place. So I'm thinking, all right, what if it starts with an R? There's only one vowel left. Actually, 2 technically if you count the Y. And so R-I for Rigi. And actually, lucky me, it gave us the D and the G. That was super good. But they're in the wrong place. So what if it's R-I-G, right? I mean, it couldn't be R-I-D anymore. So R-I-G. And then if the D, probably not G-D. That seems kind of weird. So if it's at the end, it would be rigid. Nice. I love how they just kind of fall into place like that. That's so good. Okay. And you guys tell me, is my stream running better today? Is the audio and the video synced up? Any of you guys that have watched previously, if you've watched for, we've done this, 200 times? Almost a full year. Not quite. It's been probably about half a year now. I think I started this in February. I don't remember when exactly. I don't remember. I'll have to look at the videos, see what date stamp I put on it. But I've always had a hard time with making my audio and video match up with each other. But I am noticing that today, hopefully, it's working a little better. There's a little bit of a delay on my end, but I can't hear that on your end. You know what I mean? I just need to see it. Here, actually, you know what? I can if I... Oh, good show. It does line up. It does line up. Okay, well, that's a good thing. Usually about this time, there's a pretty noticeable delay. So to not have that delay makes me a lot happier. If you're enjoying what you're seeing, give it a like. Consider subscribing, because that is going to help me a ton. And you get to see my puzzles more often. I'll be in your feed every day, and we'll do puzzles. We're still doing the strands. We're still doing the letterbox. Then we're going to just kind of recap all of them. So we've got, plenty of content left. So stick around. We're going to do the Strands puzzle. You know what I just realized? I didn't even tell you my opening. I usually have like an opening story, like an opening monologue. I did not tell you that today, and I should have. Today's topic, or today's title, was Happy Reunion. So I told you a couple days ago that we went over to my mom's and saw my uncle that I haven't seen in years. Not quite 10 years, but it's been a while. And my mom hadn't seen him either. They'd talk on the phone and stuff, right? But, states apart and all that. And we haven't made a trip or visit. But this weekend, not only one of my uncles is coming to visit, but two of my uncles are coming to stay for a while. And they're all staying at my mom's house. So she's, got tons of people over at her house. And I'm so impressed, just because it's my mom and two of her brothers that she hasn't seen in a long time, and they haven't seen each other in a long time, which is so fun. And they talked for hours on the front porch, and just, it was awesome. It was so great. We were sharing stories. Even my cousins that I'm related to were there as well. So one that came with my uncle out of state, and her son, and then one of my cousins that actually kind of lives fairly close, more close to my mom's house than mine. But but he came to visit too because his dad was in town, and so there were, let's see, how many were there? There were at least 14 people. Maybe I'm miscounting, but there were at least 14 people in the house, and my dog. So part of it was, part of the conversation was happening in the kitchen. Part of it was happening in the living room. Part of the conversation is happening out on the front porch. It just, the party spilled out into the street. Not party like, super loud music or anything. It was just like a happy reunion. That's exactly what it was. It was like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in so long. We all deserve these hugs because we haven't seen each other in so long. It was cool. It was very, very cool. Each of them is in town for another couple days, so we hope to go back over there before school starts and just kind of, rekindle. It's so good to just laugh and update each other and live in each other's presence again. It's really cool. Anyway, that was my story. I told you I'd tell. That the title makes sense now. Happy Reunion. We did see quite a few family members we haven't seen in a long time, which is really nice. All right, so let's play Strands. And if you've never played Strands before, think of it like a word search. We are trying to find words that are hidden in this puzzle here. And they all lead back to this theme, cutting it close. Now, we don't know what the words are, and the theme is probably pretty loosely based, right? Cutting it close. Like I see wrapper. Do you see the word wrapper? I wonder if it's not. But I wonder what all of this goes back to, right? Cutting it close. This could be about a haircut. Cutting it close could be like a close shave, like, oh, that was a hairy, almost got caught kind of thing. I really think that this PPER goes together. There's a BB right here, too. I like looking in corners at first. Sometimes that gives away some answers. Like MMER, right? An ER sitting there. What's a Z doing there? There's another double R. Wait. Carrot? Why is carrot in there? That seems out of place. Shop. Cutting it close. To toe the line. Cutting it close. Maybe a race. I see a lot of words. We have earned a hint. Maybe we need to use a hint just to kind of crack this one open. Cape? Cutting it close. That didn't really help. Cutting it close. Cape? I done get it. Okay, trimmer. Oh, wait a minute. Are these like tools at a barber shop? Because you could put like that smock over top, like a cape, right? I'd call it like an apron or something. I don't know if I'd call it a cape. What else is there? A comb. Okay, all right. These are implements at a barber shop. Here, in fact, look, barber shop. There it is. All right. Okay, maybe they're trying to mimic like a barber pole with that little drawing of the spangram. Barber pole or barber shop. How about clippers? Okay. See, as soon as you kind of crack open the true meaning of the theme, the whole thing just starts spilling out, right? You understand the whole thing. Maybe you get a cut with a razor. I actually need a haircut. I've been begging my wife for a haircut for the last, almost 2 decades. She's been cutting my hair. We've saved a fortune having her cut my hair rather than I, go somewhere. But I still, I need a haircut. So this is very timely. Cutting it close, barber shop. She will probably use a trimmer and we even have the cape, right? You put the apron on top of you to keep the hair from going all over down your neck. Oh, that's the worst feeling. Cut hair down your neck. How about shaver? If I can spell it right. Shaver. Okay, it didn't like that. Okay, there's an A all the way in the corner. So this maybe starts with an A or ends with an A. Oh, I know. That's funny. Aftershave. Whoops. Aftershave. Cool. I like a good aftershave. They smell really good. Cool. All right. So cutting it close. My wife's going to laugh when she hears the theme for the Strands today, because I've been begging her for a haircut before school starts. Barbershop. It's cool. We have all the necessary things for an at-home trim, and she cuts my hair, my son's hair. We saved a fortune over the last, almost 2 decades. Clippers, comb, cape, trimmer, aftershave. She doesn't use aftershave. She uses all these other things. And then a razor. I do the razoring, right? To shave my own face. But definitely the haircut she will do. And she does a great job at it too, right? I haven't had a haircut in a long time, so I'm very shaggy, but that's really funny. She's going to laugh when she sees the theme for today. Okay, and then that looks weird. Here, let's do it that way until we hit play. There we go. Now we can actually see it. And if you've never played Letterboxd before, we're trying to span across this box to make words. And we have to use up all 12 of the letters in 5 tries. And one word connects to the other. You'll see it as we play. I see an E, R, and L, O, M, and N, C, D, K, A, B, F. Okay, a lot better than yesterday. Yesterday, there was only one vowel. There was an A in the corner, and I was like, so we just have to keep coming back to this A, I guess, huh? So then, let's see. B, we do BR words. Broken. That's a good word. We could start with that. Broken. And we can duplicate letters, but we can't do 2 letters one after the other. So like full or something, LL, can't do that. Like allocate. I could, there's no T, but LL, can't do double L. And I can't do 2 letters on the same side, so N-O. I can't do N-O words. Okay, let's write down that word. It's a good word, but maybe we'll start with a different word. Broken. All right. Oh, and look at this. If I wanted a CK, I can't do CK on the same side. That's tricky. Do lake. Laked? Not a word. Broken was a good word. You meddling kids. I think it's DD anyway. If you guys see something in the chat, chime in. I would want to help. You usually need your help on this. I can do ED words. I can't do ER words because E and R are on the same side. I can't do camber. Negative camber on a wheel. He craned his neck to see. Dolor. I think it's like painful. That's what it means in other language. Dolor. Broken. See, I I can't do it this way because I have an F and an M, and unless I can come up with an N word that has F and M, this is my fifth word, so I need to slow down here. All right, I'm going to write down these words. Crane. Dollar. And Rob. Okay, what do we do? I'm going to restart. That's what I'm going to do. I can't do, like, I was going to say mackerel, like the fish, but there's all kinds of reasons I can't do that. technically meaned is a word, right? You take an average of something, you took its mean, you meaned it. I don't know if it's a verb, though. I'll give you that. I don't think it's a verb. And the L and the E are on the same side. Man. This is a tough one. This is a tough one. Can't do ankle either. Gosh, that would get rid of the K by itself. Okay, this is a tough one. Broken. We started with the word broken. Named. Dance. Okay, here's what we'll do. Here's what we'll do, because I just found a way out. Lob. Broken. Named. And dance. Okay. So we just have one word left, and I need to tack it on to the beginning. So F-O-A-L, foal, and then L-O-B for lob. Glad I wrote these down because I already forgot. Broken, and then broken to named, N-A-M-E-D. Okay, and then fifth word, D-A-N-C-E. Dance. There we go. Well, that took a while, huh? We had to figure that one out. Sometimes they come really easy, and sometimes they are very tricky. How'd they solve it yesterday? Let's see what they did to solve this yesterday. Grabs and schmaltzy. Yeah, I would not have said grabs and schmaltzy. Those are two words that I would not have used. Okay, but we did, in 5, we played foal, and then lob, and then broken, and then the N led to named, and then all I needed left was the C, so I said dance. Is that the prettiest way to solve it? No. But did we solve it? Heck yeah. All right. Well, if you like what you see, give it a like. Consider subscribing, because we do this every day. I am going to recap our answers. We did the connections, and then the mini crossword, and then the Wordle, and then the strands, and then our letterbox that we just did here. So let's see how we did on each of these. Luckily, we got this. I was worried we were not going to get this, and then it just sort of like appeared. So the yellow was aphids, beetles, and mites and ticks. Those are arthropods. trees, right? The beech tree, the cedar tree, the mighty pine, and the yew. Technically also the apple tree, right? There's an apple tree, but that was for the blue category. Blue was apple, A for apple, C for cookie, F for effort, and then V for vendetta. Letter is for blank. That's funny. And look, we did it in rainbow order too. That's kind of cool. Words that sound like two letters: DK, EZ, GO, and ZT. I was up in the night about this one. I thought it was all about like baked things, baked apple, baked cookie, baked ziti. No, there's no baked vendetta. I was like, are we making up phrases that I've never heard of? What's going on here? All right. And then in the mini crossword today, we had, here, I'm just going to take a look real quick. There is a bit of a delay. Okay. I'm still trying to combat this delay, and I think really what it is my internet connection just stinks. So, yeah, well, you got to deal with what you have, you know. Okay. The key above the caps lock key. I keep wanting to say cap locks. Caps lock. Capital letters. Tab, right? I'm actually hitting the tab to cycle through these right now. Biased sports fan is a homer. I guess like somebody that goes to all the home games. They root for the home team. Homer to me is you hit a home run. What puts the I in Silicon Valley? Apple, right? With the iPad, iPhone, everything. Triangular road sign is a yield sign. Item in a music library for short, CDs. Conversation subject, a topic. I thought they were looking for a specific topic. No, they're just a topic. Pumped up, amped. Silver Bells, a Christmas classic. Silver Bells. Farm fodder, hay. Making hay. And then like pants in the classic Nantucket style are red. I'm going to look that up. Nantucket style pants. Were they not all red? They don't have to be red. Look, they don't have to be red. They can be red. A lot of them are red. But look, these ones are white. A lot of them are red. It's kind of a pale red, not quite pink. Huh. Well, there you have it. Pants in the classic Nantucket style. I guess the classic. Maybe there's new iterations that are different colors, but that one's not. Okay. The Wordle today, oh man, my three non-intersecting words only merited us one letter, the R. Frown, based, and pluck only gave me the R. So I thought, all right, if there's only one vowel left, it was an I. I tried Ridgy, and that did tell me that the R was in the first and the I was in the second, which is lucky, and the D and the G, but they're in the wrong place. I switched them around. I thought, all right, what's another word? How about rigid? And that worked. Cool. All right, and then we followed up the Wordle with our Strands puzzle. Strands is so funny. I'm going to tell my wife about this one, unless she's watching right now. Hi, hun. This is a manifestation of my desires that I need a haircut before school starts. Can you believe I have to start school on Wednesday this week? Now I say me because it's a teacher meeting, right? I have teacher meetings all day today, but I'm like, do I want to? Do I have to? Kicking, screaming. We're having fun doing these puzzles in the morning, but sadly, once school meetings start, I have to do it just right when that ends. All right, so cutting it close. This is at a barber shop, getting a haircut. Barber shop. I love that. Comb, cape, right? The drape that they put over you to get your hair done. Trimmer, right? The electric trimmer. Clippers, scissors. Razor to get a real close shave. And then aftershave, and you feel like $1,000,000 when you're done. Awesome. Good stuff. And then we finished with the letterbox today. And in letterbox, we did okay. It was just like agonizing. You know, we're like, come on, what's the answer? What's the answer? We ended up getting full. Actually, we started with lob. We figured it out, and we're like, man, we need the F. And so I kind of reverse engineered it. I put that at the beginning by writing everything down. I have little sticky notes. Full, and then L led to lob, and then B for broken, N for named, and then D for dance. Cool. In fact, my favorite sticky note I still keep over here. It says, yap proudly. That's what I do. I yap proudly. All right. Well, if you guys enjoyed what you saw today, give it a like. Consider subscribing because we do this every day. Yeah, thanks. You know, there was no chat today. Sometimes we're real yappy and sometimes we're not, and that's okay. Helping me with the puzzles or just telling me how your day is going. I hope your day is going fantastic. I hope you're just having a really good one. This weekend we got to see a lot of family that we haven't seen in a long time, which was really fun on my side of the family and my wife's side of the family, which was really cool. And then we also are just kind of gearing up for school to start. We've already registered the kids for school. We've already, dived headfirst into all the things that we need to do, right? Oh my goodness. I'm not mentally prepared for myself as a teacher to go back to school. I don't know if you guys are starting off the year like this too, but I'm not quite there yet. Anyway, you guys are awesome. Hope you have a good day. Enjoy your week, and I'll see you tomorrow, so I'll catch you on the next one.